We do have a contract from the road commission for the Masters Road Bridge project. Township portion of that is $72,227.75.
We can't vote on that until we have our,
Budget?
right,
Okay. So it'll be.
so it'd be the June meeting that we can, vote on that.
Okay. So I was just bringing it up, I found it in a box of stuff I got from Phyllis, so just figured I'd add that to it, and we'll just table that one, also into the new year, possibly June, budget meeting. Next up, I did speak with the Winfield Hustlers 4-H Club regarding the hall usage. They're gonna use it on 12/18 at 1 o'clock for their cookie exchange business meeting. And then again in January, I told them I would let them in, and learn a little bit about 4-H while I'm there. So, look forward to that. Next up, I had Creekside Computer Services. Ken had a bill, which we discovered what that was. Obviously, if we go with a new tech company, that would alleviate or eliminate Creekside Computer Service. So that's again tabled. That was part of the bills we paid, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's on
That's the final bill for that one. Hopefully,
Who are they?
they are a computer repair place or service. They basically updated, deleted majority of Colleen's laptop, cleaned it up to get it ready for them to take it on. It didn't include adding a battery. So. And then next up, we got mileage expense reimbursement. The unknowns regarding mileage expense that Ken has seen or in the past, we need to dial that in. We need to know, the date you traveled, your mileage, the destination, and the reason for the travel. So Ken created a new spreadsheet form that we can hand out. That way we've got that information, we can track it. Just better overall record keeping is what we're adopting here. So, I guess, it's just a simple spreadsheet. Can I get a motion to approve use of mileage tracking for expenses for the township?
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we use this form, or a form, to keep better track of mileage for township business.
I'll second it.
And all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? Motion passed. And then next up, Ken, what'd you find out on the business credit card?
At first they said they wanted 3 years of tax returns, and so said you give them the big book of all the taxes. But and now they said they just want a what did they say it was? Basically it had to be in our bylaws or something.
Bylaws or minutes, or
Yeah.
the minutes
Yeah.
proof,
So
basically the reason for the township credit card is for online purchases. So if we need supplies from Staples, we can use the credit card and have stuff delivered. If we bought stuff off Amazon, it's bringing the township to the current age. Without a debit card, I would rather have a credit card so it's not tied to all of our bank accounts. That way, $5,000 credit card, can be paid. It covers, we can add the QuickBooks subscriptions. And then as far as authorized users on it, I would say it would be Kathy and Ken and myself. minutes. Regarding that, obviously there'll be one person that would have the card, who wouldn't have three different cards. And it's for township purposes only and expenditures that saves us from having to write checks ongoing from there.
The other option would be if we had a separate account and had a debit card, which would act like a credit card, and when we needed the funds, we could transfer it into that account. So,
So we don't have like a ton of money that has a credit card or a debit card tied to it, we just put
Right.
in maybe like 5,000 at a time or something,
right, yeah,
so it's safer than.
you would still end up with a statement of, what the funds were being paid for, so.
Now you don't have to worry about paying it off.
That one would probably save us some, cause there ain't no interest.
And you don't have to worry about making sure that it's, I mean, not that we can't pay it off every month, but we don't have to worry about doing that. And
Right.
there's no,
So that was the other option we discussed.
Your thoughts, Kathy?
It doesn't matter which way.
I just think not having tied to account. I mean, with the amount of online banking fraud and other stuff in today's world, if it's a credit card, it's there. The amount of interest is peanuts if we're paying out monthly. So it's not like we're rolling, a balance on that thing over 2 years.
The debit card would be a separate account,
Yep. And that's,
so that would be limited. And since you're using it as a credit card, it would still be. So,
I'll be good either way, on that, whether you want to
do we
pay
need
it off.
another bank account? That's,
Right, that's.
then that's deposits and transfers versus here's your credit card statement, we just pay it, and it's part of our monthly bills. Obviously it's, we're try to limit use, can you postage or something, Kathy? Yeah, that'll be a big chunk on it, or, I don't know, pay for that, or,
Yeah, that's, I think my credit card can pay for that.
yeah, let's get you out of that, I mean, it's for things like that, is ideally what this is. It puts it, township in their books and their, credit to do this versus your personal, unless you're gaining points or
No,
travel.
no,
So,
no.
so I'm looking for a motion to approve, the users on the card and the amount, and then what the intent of the card would be is for, the basic stuff for online, and normal credit card use for, supplies and that kind of stuff.
I will make a motion to go ahead and apply for a credit card in the township name with the, treasurer, secretary, and supervisor being the only ones that are allowed to use it. And that it be only be used for township business, no personal use.
It's a lengthy motion, is there a second on that? Is there any more for your motion?
Awesome.
Got a second from Julia, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Motion passed. Alright, a lot of stuff tabled, a lot of stuff, a little more research on, but, board comments. Steve?
I think I should bring up what I spoke with you about. I have been getting a lot of phone calls, and I mean a lot, in regards to the township not renting out the hall. The last one yesterday, well, one of them yesterday, I should say, I don't know if it was the last one. The person says, Steve, what are you going to do about it? told them I was gonna call MTA and get their guidance. So this morning I called MTA. I talked to two different people. They both agreed that Ryan doesn't have the authority to not rent it out at the least, and she said she was skeptical of whether that would even be legal if the board voted on it and it was a board decision not to. She said the one lawyer said that she thought that it should go onto a ballot and be voted on because this belongs to the township. Township taxpayers pay for the bills. And she pointed out they even pay our wages. She said for the township to not rent it out to people in the township would be about like, well, I don't wanna use her words. I think I should use more polite words. It'd be about like saying, well, this is your hall, but you can't use it, period. And in even my opinion, that would be wrong. Ryan suggested that we got the kitchen out and put up some studs across the window and block that up and put the paperwork that's got to be locked and key in there and put a door up there. He more or less said that he didn't think that what we're using now is safe enough.
As you and I talked about, I mean, I'm not sure the MTA knows that it's a one-room building. I mean, most township halls have designated clerk's office, treasurer's office, as our new hall will have.
Yeah.
It's not, you know, a permanent, it's a temporary shutdown of the hall. And is what we're trying to do. I mean, for 30 years, the records have been at Colleen's house. 18 years, the records have been at Phyllis's house. You know, to now, I've got minor stuff from Phyllis at my house. He's got stuff that he's coming and going. He's planning on having clerk's hours here. I would imagine Kathy, for tax collection and whatnot, or you have hours here too, to answer questions or whatnot. That option is there for you as well. But for them, if they had desks or anything else set up, I mean, otherwise, then what do we frame out an office for Ken, frame out an office over here, and cut down? I mean, it's throwing money away either way. Gutting that kitchen, which is pretty much worthless in there, framing that off for secure storage. I mean, some of the stuff in those lockers is, you know, election stuff that is, you know, can be moved somewhere else. We can't put anything in the basement. I mean, if the MTA really saw this place and was aware of what it is,
If the wrong people looked at this place, it would be condemned and we wouldn't be able to use it, period.
Okay, so liability, we should not be renting
That's
it out then.
what I was gonna get at, liability. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm all for
I don't-
renting it, it belongs to the township, should be able to rent it out, liability,
Yeah.
it's not handicap
If it's not
accessible.
If it's
You've
a
got
crumbling structure,
records out
that
here,
it says, then we should
liability.
be renting it out.
I don't think it should be rented out if it's not,
I mean,
you know,
Somebody
that's the
gets
case,
hurt,
but
you have a lawsuit.
right.
That's why
I'm
it's a
just
liability.
stating what, just
Well, that's what you can tell people
bringing
when
the
they call you.
information that
the couple people that have contacted me, I explained to them that we are bringing the records back into the hall, and you know,
Security
it's
and liability.
security and liability, and they understood. So,
I agree.
you know, I appreciate you, you know, taking the calls, but you know, if somebody's that upset, you know, them call me.
Yeah, we're not trying to take this away as
We're
a
not taking it away from the
community
people.
building. We
I
just,
wouldn't want anybody to see my information. they were breaking the cabinet.
Yeah, it's,
They've been using it like that for
no,
how many years?
they haven't.
But there's more information here now.
So I don't know if this is necessary, but I would like to make a motion that we, officially make a motion that we, in support of the idea that it's a liability and a security issue, that we do not rent out the, township hall, until future notice, and we can get the records more secure and make sure that we have a safe space for people to rent. So I'm putting that motion on the table.
Second?
And looking at the floor trusses underneath this building, the supports down the middle are supporting most of the weight in this building. The ones along the perimeters, very few of them have enough strength to support out there. Some of them even stick a finger between that and the floorboard,
I know,
so.
you put.
Everybody come up here in the middle.
I'm just thinking, oh.
Again, we go back to
This side
liability.
here is the worst.
Yeah.
You can't.
But they're gonna say, why are you having to be like that?
It's the only place we have.
Everything ought to be brought back into one place, have all the offices in one place, not at people's homes.
Right.
That's more important than renting it out right now, because it's not big enough to rent out and still have offices. So right now, it inconvenience the people, but that's an inconvenience that'll be taken care of in the future. So they're gonna have to just deal with that for a while. 'Cause otherwise, it is a liability.
So if I come in here to set up an office, and
You
at
gotta
the
sit
end
up
of the
right there.
day, I have to turn around and take everything and secure it. So, whether it's taking it home or putting it into the cabinet. So,
Is there a second on Julie's motion then to at least cease for now for safety, liability, security reasons to not rent out the hall? Is there a second?
any more discussion?
Any more discussion on that?
I don't deal with big guys.
I will second it.
Alright, we got a second. All those in favor say aye. We need to do a roll call, was that three? Kathy, how'd you?
Okay.
Did you say anything?
Steve?
No.
Julia?
Yes.
Ryan?
Yes.
Me? Yes. Kathy? Yes.
Alright, motion passed. Julia, board comments. Is that all, Steve? Sorry.
Yep.
Alright, Julia.
Oh, one more thing. Two of the people that called me was complaining about ruts out at the cemetery. One person said that Ken already knowed about it. I was asked to go look at it. It's already been taken care of.
I already had
It's
that
really
grass
nice.
taken care of.
Well, I'm just stating that it is building nice.
It couldn't be before it's buried with snow, so. And that, is another discussion, beginning of the year, we'll work on cemetery. Try to figure out what we can do to get the fence and whatnot, and I think there's a tree that you said needs to be taken out. It was either hit by lightning or something, but we'll work on that.
There's a big missing sprouting out area in a fairly large tree. And then
Which one?
amble.
I know, but which tree?
The one with wood.
Well, I removed a lot of trees, that's why I'm saying which tree.
Yes. It's,
The big one to the,
it's to the southeast of the building. Across the drive,
across there.
from the southeast of the building there. Basically south of where they fixed, or did the soil, split out the ground.
We'll work on that.
That big one on the, be the west, property,
That's about middle.
Oh, it's in the city.
Right.
Okay, I thought you said fence line.
Yeah, no, in the same.
Yeah, since I'm.
We'll look at that beginning of the year, keep on track here. Julia, any?
I don't have anything, well, I did create a YouTube page, called Winfield Township. I will get the exact, like, link, cause there's, if you just Google, like, or go to YouTube and type in Winfield Township, there's more than one, so. I'll have to figure out exactly what the link is so that I can get that to everybody. The plan is, thank you for recording, Jamie. From here, I have a tablet that I'm gonna sort of dedicate to, recording meetings, and then they'll be uploaded to YouTube. We should be able to link, eventually our website, once we work on that. We will link on the Facebook page that Ryan manages, and then, well, that's it really, but they'll be uploaded to YouTube. That'll be planning commission meetings and board meetings. Hopefully, I don't know how the recordings are gonna be yet, cause I haven't used it, so if there's issues with like the sound or anything like that, any input is helpful. I forgot to mention this to you before now, but, I know I got some input after the last planning commission meeting that there were times they couldn't hear us, which I think part of that is there's 9 of us, and sometimes there's like little chatter or multiple people talking. It's not always disrespectful, and like people don't take their turns all the time, but I thought about the idea that maybe we have microphones we could use. Like I have a couple at home, they're my kids, but I can bring them in, or we could maybe look at getting some like wireless ones. I just wanna make sure that people, I know it's a small hall, but I heard that from more than one person, and I think that as a public, a meeting open to the public, they should always be able to hear us. And I know that I've sat out there and thought the same thing, and it's incredibly annoying when you can't hear what they're saying, so.
You'd really be surprised that even though she's standing way over there, when that kicks on over there, you hear nothing. And
Yeah.
it's the same way in our hall. When our furnace kicks on, you can't, even though we have microphones.
Yeah,
So,
well, in like Douglas yesterday, there was 5 members and all of them had a microphone, and I don't think that, they're not super expensive, it's something that we could consider. I don't know about a speaker.
I've got my small system, it's only got set up for 4,
I mean, we can
but
share.
the township can use it if they so desire.
Yeah.
I will gladly let the township use it. It's here.
Gotcha.
I've got 2 mics, so I'd either have to purchase 2 more, or somebody would have to purchase 2 more.
I have a couple, but they're not wireless, I think we would need wireless, so. we have to look at that.
I suggested the system for Douglas, and it came in right at about $900.
Does that include the speaker, the big speaker, they have everything.
And it has actually 8 mics.
Yeah, I only saw 5, but that's just.
Well, that's
because I
because
have
for the
5 people.
planning commission. I
Yes.
guess, For 8, and then hopefully we're gonna set it up for, public comment.
Oh, gotcha.
That's-
And that'd be good to add,
A new hall.
new hall too, so,
Especially if you're going bigger.
yeah, something we carry over.
Can't go smaller.
You could.
Alright, Kathy, you got any
No,
working on it? Ken?
No,
I'm all set, so let's, open it up for public comment. State your name, where you from?
Kevin Murphy, from right here. Julia, thanks for seeing you there last night.
Yeah.
It was great to go to another township, which a lot of us spent our freaking 2 years going to for support. It's the first time anybody from this township went to a meeting. Julia, and then of course, Randy was there, Clark from Cato. You were there too, but you're not on the board, on the commission, so it's great. You're trying to knowledgeable yourself, or however, gain the interest and the experience and the things that you may see at one township that the other one goes, wow, we never thought about that. Having the comments in the beginning and the end is also wonderful. The planning commission pulled that on us the last time. You can comment before they even talk. They're done talking and everybody's PO'd because they wanna voice their opinion on what they said and did. It's too late.
the Open Meetings Act says one public comment. Unfortunately, it doesn't state when.
That's not cast in stone. It's like again, talking about MTA, they're not the rulers. I mean,
Yeah.
you can disregard everything they say, I mean, it's,
Maybe we should have a policy of, if you're gonna have one public meeting or public comment time, it will be at the
If you
end.
want to comment, you have to come to the next month meeting to comment on what you were to talk about. That's one.
Or if it's, they only have to have them every 3 months, so like, the
Yeah.
last meeting was in August.
Yeah.
So I do, just so you know, I kind of brought it up in like a, not in a formal way, but I do plan to bring that up at the next planning commission meeting, and I don't know if I'll get support or how it will go, but I do plan to make a motion that we change, the agenda to have public comment after board discussion, cause I agree, it makes 0 sense to have it beforehand. How are you guys supposed to know what you wanna comment on before you know what we're discussing, you know? It's like, before you teach the lesson to the student, ask them if they have any questions, before you even teach them anything, like, that doesn't make any sense. So, I do plan to address that, I'm not the chairman and I don't know how that will go, but, I plan on, bringing it up and hopefully, a motion will go through, and in
That's
the
something
meantime,
I
we
can
can look
email
at,
Chris too,
yeah, and we can look at, you know, our bylaws and things like that, and maybe see if we can address something there too, but I agree that we should change that.
Anybody else?
Way over here.
Oh, hey.
I'm Kathy Hawk from Winfield, and I'm gonna piggyback, cause that's what my comment was gonna be too, but I think the planning commission, they're acting as if they were surprised that we, referendumed and it it was voted down with such a huge span. But if you're not gonna listen to your public and have the public comment at the beginning, we're not gonna feel like we're being heard anyways. So once again, it's gonna be referendum and voted down if you're not listening to your constituents. So maybe if you could bring it to them that they need to listen to us, or we'll just do it again and again and again. So they do need to listen and hear us, so public comment is important at the end of the beginning.
Thank you.
Yeah, Julie, I feel, you know, it's partially right there, but I think there should be public comment before and after.
I agree.
Because if you have it after, the planning commission won't hear what the people want. Okay, you, at least they'll get input from the public before they discuss what they're gonna do, and then afterwards.
Yeah, like we did tonight, so
Yeah,
we
there should
have
be,
it on the
I think there should
agenda.
be 2 of them, not just one.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
I don't know how they'll feel about it, but.
Yeah, I'm not gonna suggest it's only at the end, I'm just gonna suggest we do have it
Oh,
also at the
yeah,
end.
I think 2 is
Yeah,
before
I
and
agree.
after.
Yes.
Mary Kay Gardner. I just want some clarification on blight, okay? North on Green Road, we're talking industrial homeless camp? Like, and I should call the sheriff? And this is up by Pat Carr's, and he's nodding his head. We're talking industrial blight.
You know where that's
We
at,
are
Pat?
talking, there's no septic, there are people out there living, God only knows. You know, and you can see them from the road, you don't even have to go any further. So, the sheriff?
Yep.
Okay. And, Creekside Computers? I don't know where Floyd Lindsay is, but I want his name, I want his number, and I wanna get a hold of him. He is one of our local people, and he was downtown, he fixed everybody's computers. And they closed up, so if Floyd Lindsay and, Creekside Computers is around here someplace, I want him. He's local, he lives, he was either in Lakeview or he was in Howard City, but, we should check him out, cause
Kevin, didn't you have a number?
I can get it for you.
I want it.
Get it to
I
Mary
have
Beth.
some computer issues, he'll fix them, you know, and like for $20 or $25, you know, I highly recommend him, and he would know, and he was really great. Thanks, guys, you're doing a wonderful job.
Go ahead.
My name's Martella from Douglas. I just wanna compliment you guys on a great meeting. I stopped coming to Winfield because I literally felt sick after attending the meetings. I almost passed the hall because I forgot where it was. You guys did an excellent job, you're respectful, and I'm sure the citizens really appreciate it, so thank you all for stepping up.
And doing this for your township.
I figured that out. Anybody else? Sir?
Douglas Johnson, Winfield Township. I just have a comment on the new township hall. I've talked to young brides and they've all told me that they would not have a reception at a town hall here. I just like to, it's not really the trendy thing.
Right.
But I just want you guys to ask around to, is anybody getting married here this year? Nobody. I want you guys to ask around to potential couples that might want to or might not want to use it for a wedding reception. Give us, what are we gonna use the new township hall for? That's what I want everybody to ask around about.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, there's a beautiful barn right on, what was it, Almy, that hosts receptions, and, I mean, that, a lot of brides are going that route, so. But town hall is usually for a bridal shower or something like that, just to get them out of their house, so.
Birthday parties,
Graduations.
reunions, open house parties.
Funerals.
I've used it for a birthday party myself, for my wife. Surprised her, she didn't even know about it.
Anybody else? Everybody? Alright, well, I guess I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. For a second?
Second.
All those in favor, say aye.